doing own voice over soft music. The classes were going on with pin drop silence. Only the deep, manly voice of the professor can be heard because all the students, especially the girl students, were drooling over their crush professor, who is none other than John Jungkook, the young professor of the university on whom every girl students and female teacher have crush on. But unfortunately, there is a talk going on that John Jungkook is married and even have a kid, as few students have seen John Jungkook spending happy time with a woman and a kid, so they assume that she might be his wife and the kid might be their baby. Everyone were focusing on him, but his eyes were going on between one person and the book in his hand, as if she is the only girl to whom he is teaching. But the girl was lost in her book, hand on her head and doing something on a notebook. Soon she looked up when the professor called her. Park Wyan, may I know where are you lost? Wyan looked straight into his eyes, which always make her whole body weak. Sir, I better focus on me. Wyan's cheek turned reddish with wide open eyes, and also everyone's eyes wide open. And soon Jungkook realized what he said, so he corrected himself. I mean on lecture, what I am teaching. Now sit down. Wyan signed and sat on seat. Era whisper, where are you lost, girl? Wyan took a deep breath before whispering. Leah saw Mr. John with the same woman again. You mean the one she said is his wife? Ryan nodded her head, being sad. Come on, Ryan, don't be sad. You can say that. You won't understand the pain when we hear that our love is married. Era signed and let Ryan do whatever she wants. Vine was walking through the street to her house, all lost in thoughts of Jungkook and him having a family, which hurted her to the core. But what she can do, only getting hurt by thinking that his love is married and move on from him. But it's not possible to move on because she always keep on seeing him in university, in convenience store, in park, almost everywhere she go, but she never has seen him with any woman or kid. So one part of Ryan wanted to believe what others are saying, but others part is saying that don't believe them until you see with your own eyes. Ryan to herself, yeah, I should listen to my heart. I shouldn't give up on my first crush and love until I see it. That he is with other women with my own eyes. Ryan smiled at her own thought and walked further in a small hope that she might still have chance with him. She was walking while admiring the things being arranged in each stores. At that time she found a teddy shop and one particular teddy catch her eyes. It was a bunny teddy which reminded her of Jungkook, and a sweet smile formed her on her lips and she went inside the shop to buy it. Vine was about to take it from the bottom shelf, but before she can take it, a small hand took it and she irritatedly turned her head to see who took it, just to see a small cute bunny baby holding the teddy very tightly while looking at her with his doe eyes, and Vine smiled at the baby and she bent down to his level. You want this bunny? Ryan asked the baby while pointing to the teddy in his hand. Yeah, it's mine, he cutely said, making Ryan ow. So cute, you look like the man I love, she said, because that baby reminding her of Jungkook, his bunny teeth, doe eyes, chubby cheeks, everything. Baby confused who? Ryan shy smile. You won't understand, baby. Ryan lovingly pulled his cheek and the baby gave her a sweet smile. At that time a familiar voice reached Ryan's ears. Jungmin, but the next word from the baby and the scene made Ryan's every hope flew away, and she felt like the ground beneath her feet split open and swallowed her. Because Dada, he said, and ran to a man, and the man picked him up in his arms, and the person's name automatically left from numb Ryan's mouth. Mr. John. Jungkook looked at his front just to see Ryan, and he gave her a sweet smile before approaching her. Ryan, what are you doing here in baby toy shop? Well, that bunny attracted me, so I thought to buy it, but he took it. Ryan said while hiding all his anger, sadness, emotion, everything inside her, and acted all cool because she doesn't want it to look like all those girls who throw themselves and make their feelings obvious to other. Oh, this one, Jungkook said while pointing the teddy on Jungmin's arm. Yeah, baby, you have plenty of bunny teddy in home. Will you give this to Nuna? No, he cutely said with a sad put and hold the teddy more tightly. It's okay, Mr. John. Let him have it. I will buy when the new stock come. Jungkook nodded his head on her. Both were silent as don't know what to say. But suddenly, Dada, let's go to Omma. Jungkook smiled and peeked his nose tip. Yes, my charm. Why and I will leave. See you tomorrow in college. Ryan nodded and Jungkook left with Jungmin, but Ryan was curious to know who is that woman, so she followed him secretly just to get more heartbroken because she saw a very beautiful, rich young lady who seems to be so perfect from head to toe, and both Jungkook and she made a perfect pair, an ideal couple, and they seems to have a good, happy family. Vine to herself, now I should move on from him. I shouldn't be a home breaker. Vine painfully smiled at her failed first crush and head out of the store while calling her best friend Era telling her to come club. Nuna, you know Viney is here. Really, what? Introduce her to me. You know I always wanted to see her. Jungkook shy smile. Yeah, she was in Bunny Teddy section. Wait, Jungkook turned around to see Vine walking out of the store with phone near his ears. Jungkook said she left there. He pointed at Vine's fading figure. Kia sad put. I again missed her. Oma, that Nuna gave me this, he said while showing his teddy from earlier. Oh, and did you thank Nuna? No, I forget. I will thank Nuna when she will come to our house. And how you know that she will come to our house? Because Oma has showed me the pic of Nuna before also and said that she is going to marry Dada. Jungkook blushed at Jungmin's word. Nuna, how can you say that to a kid? What, my baby should know who his uncle is going to marry. I still didn't confess my feeling to her. Just 2 months she will graduate and then you can drop your this professor act and confess her your feelings and come back to the company. You know Appa is very stressed with office work. Jungkook nodded his head at his elder brother's wife. Is your purchase done? I want to follow my Vayani as always. Both laughed and done their shopping quick. Girl, stop drinking wine. Painful smile. Era, he is married. She is beautiful. He had a kid who looks exactly like him. Crying her heart out, Era signed before pulling wine in a tight hug. Both Era and Wine got wasted, and Era left with her boyfriend to the dance floor. But Wine was drinking and drinking to take out his pain and forget the scene from earlier in toy shop. But seems like the drink also betrayed her, as the drink wasn't affecting her body. Meanwhile, Jungkook's dad has came to just freshen up his mind as he was stressed with work because his beloved son left the whole burden on him just to get his crush. But he is friendly dad, so he let Jungkook follow his crush. While he was drinking, a familiar figure caught his eyes. Isn't it Vine? Wait, what she is doing here? Oh my god, no. He was about to rush towards Vine as he saw a creepy looking man putting something in a drink and he was watching her with as if he is waiting for the right moment, but soon he shrimped and walked slowly towards Vine because how dare you even think of coming near my girl? Jungkook said to the lying figure on floor after getting a heart on his face. That's my boy, he said while placing his hand on Jungkook's shoulder. Here, what you mixed in her drink, none of your business. Jungkook's dad got anger, so he the man and called the staff to kick him out as he is the owner of the club. Meanwhile, Jungkook turned to Wine to replace the drink, but Jungkook wide eyes, where is the drink in this glass? Wine closed eyes. I drank it. It was so good. Now they started showing its effect. I want the same glass of drink. Son, I'm going home and don't leave her alone. Take her to your new house as we don't know what he mixed in her drink and how she will behave. Jungkook nodded his head and Jungkook's dad left. Wine, open your eyes. Wine, when heard a familiar voice, she slowly opened her eyes to see. Wine smiled. Jungkook smiled. Yes, Wine, I love you. Jungkook's body numb after hearing her because she never showed any interest on him like other girls do. So he thought that Wine may not love him. That's why he kept on dragging his proposal. What did you say? I love you so much from the time I saw you in your company when I came to do project in your company. Jungkook thought, oh, that means she saw me that day. Jungkook was about to confess his love back, but next word from Wyan made him surprised. But I'm not a homebreaker. You got a beautiful wife and a baby. You know, I dream of having such a baby with you, but no use. You got the cute baby, but not from me, but from your wife. Jungkook surprised wife, baby. Yeah, Jungmin, isn't your baby? He calls you Dada, and the woman I saw with you in the store wasn't your wife? Jungkook realized his breath as he was holding after hearing Wine. Oh God, Wine, she isn't my wife. She is my brother's wife, and the kid is their baby. He called me Dada because he loves me. Wine happy. Oh, that means you are single, right? Yeah, but I love someone who you. Wine happy, really? Jungkook nodded his head. Then prove me that you love me. Jungkook confused how. Wine shrimp. Jungkook shrimp. I would love to prove my love for you again and again, but you sure? Because I'm holding myself from a long time to each and every inch of yours. So now, once I started, I won't think of stopping. Wine shrimp back and pulled him by his collar and started him, which gave Jungkook an answer that Wine is ready for whatever he wanted to do with her. Wine opened her eyes with a heavy head, but soon she felt a muscular hand on, so she peeked inside the blanket just to see herself, and a familiar tattoo hand, so she turned her head and saw Jungkook sleeping peacefully. Wine wide eyes, oh my god, what I have done, it's strong, I should leave from here before he wakes up. Wine, she immediately wore her clothes and ran away with the limping legs and sore body. After some time, Jungkook opened his eyes when his body lost the warmth and he found himself alone on the bed, and soon he understood everything and started blaming himself. What the have you done, Jungkook? She was drunk. She might have forgotten my confess to her and might be thinking that Nuna and Jungmin is my family. What the? I should have controlled my feelings. I should have waited till she gets sober and then clear the misunderstanding and again confess my feeling. Should I do now? Jungkook got more sad and grabbed his ear in frustration. Vine was standing in front of mirror. She was totally looking messy and badly. Her whole body was covered with, and also it was burning like how he went on me. She understood that he was on her very, but she can't remember any of the things that happened between them and what lead them to do that. Vine shrugged her thoughts and stand under shower. Whined to herself, he is married and even had a kid. I can't be a homebreaker. Yeah, I should avoid him as much as I can. I can't face him now. Wine didn't show up in college. She took home tutoring because she was feeling so ashamed to face Jungkook. She herself went into depression thinking that she had a with a married man and a father of a kid. Jungkook went to Vine's house a lot of time to clear the misunderstanding, but Vine is not ready to open the door and talk to him. She kept on ignoring him, and also Era tried to contact Vine, but Vine was avoiding everyone because now she is ashamed of herself about what she has done and ashamed to face others like she is punishing herself for what she has done by locking her up in her house. After Jungkook resigned from the professor job after knowing Wine took home tutoring as he understood that Wine is ashamed to face him and still didn't remember about that day. So he waited for Wine to show up by herself after remembering everything because he doesn't wanted to pressurize Wine. Wine, why are you taking so much stress? It's not good in this state. Auntie, which state? Wine was knowing that she is stressed because of what she did, but which state? You are a month pregnant girl, wide eyes. What? Yes, do you have a boyfriend? Vine looked down at her lap and sadly said no. Baby, what are you even saying? Vine signed before saying everything to her auntie, mom, sister. It's fine, cry as much as you want. Release all your pain, it's good for your health too. Vine hugged her and cried, which she was hiding within her. Vine, will you tell this to your mom and dad? Her parents are in States and she came here for graduating. And auntie, I will. Okay, fine, I will call gynecologist. Vine nodded and her auntie took the phone to call. John Kia, there is a patient. I will send her to you. The name reminded her of Jungkook. Vine thought, come on, the John surname is being owned by others too. Vine, go to your room number 2, not 1. There will be Dr. Kia and say that you are my niece. She will take care of you. Vine nodded her head and went to that room. She knocked the door and she entered when she heard come in. She entered the room just to see a familiar face and she immediately turned around to run away but too late. Wine, you? What happened to you? Actually, Wine was shuddering but Kia approached Wine and took the file from Vian's hand and read the prescription of Vian. You pregnant? Kia was so happy and Vian was confused. Vian thought, yeah, it's just a normal. All doctors happily congratulate their patient. Yeah, looking down. Did you inform him? No, oh God, he will be so happy to know this. Vian was all confused with her behavior. Wait, do you even know who is the father? Come on, Vian, I know and I also know you. It's just that we haven't met each other. Then tell me who I am and who is the father of this kid. Testing me, fine. You are Park Wine, daughter of the businessman Mr. Park in US. You came here for graduation because it was your dream to graduate from your hometown. During final year of semesters, you got a project, so you went to John Industry, but there you fell in love with John Jungkook at first sight because of his hard-working dedication, passion towards work, and also he took good care of his employees. And more above, he is a good man. But then the John Jungkook came to your college in the name that he is a temporary replacement of the Professor Alex, who is actually his elder brother and my husband too. Vian's eyes wide open, not after hearing about her information, but by hearing that she is the wife of John Alex, John Jungkook's elder brother, who went to States for getting a certificate in doctorate. Vian shocked. You are Alex's wife. That means a baby on that day. Of course it's mine and Alex's son. Vian head pain and the flashback from the day in club came to her mind and now she remembered everything how both confessed their feelings. Jungkook and Vian were each other passionately, but then Jungkook saw something on the floor, so he picked up and took the thing, and it was a tablet which might have fallen from the man's pocket when he fell down. Cook, why you pulled back? Vian sadly ported. Baby, come, let's go to house. Jungkook carried Wine in bridal style towards the car, but our naughty Wine started piquing Jungkook's. Baby, no, you are not in your right senses. But I want you. Jungkook understand that it's the effect of the tablet, so he controlled himself and let Wine do whatever she wants. Jungkook made Vian sat on the passenger seat and put the seat belt for her and then he went to driver's seat and was about to start the engine but Vian made herself sit on Jungkook's. Baby, I want to drive. You drive, I will. Vian said with a shrimp and Jungkook's eyes wide open, but Jungkook doesn't wanted to make use of her situation, so to distract her, he started asking her random things. Okay, tell me how you fell in love with me at first sight in your company when you were helping your employees to do work. What about you? Jungkook smiled. When you come to my company for project and then later I begged Appa and Hung to make me the professor so that I can confess to you, but you never showed me any hint that you love me, so I thought that you don't love me, so I was fighting within myself whether to confess you or not. You always took Jungmin and Unni out. Yeah, recently because Hung is not here and Unni alone can't handle Jungmin. So she took me with her. Jungkook looked down when he didn't got any reply from Vian and found her asleep. Jungkook placed Vian on bed and covered her with blanket and was about to call his Nuna to come over his place to help Vian with her dress, but suddenly he felt being pulled back and was by Vian on bed and her lips on his. He was already so from the club itself without withdrawing himself because Vian is not in her right senses, but now as she was full on display for him made it more difficult for him, so he her back by thinking that tomorrow he will clear all the misunderstanding and confess his feelings again. Why an awkward smile? Actually, the thing is, she told everything. Kia surprised. Oh God, Jungkook didn't told me this that you misunderstood us. He just said that you both confess your feelings. Maybe he thought that you will scold Jungmin or you will get hurt by listening that oh maybe I'm sorry for Jungmin. He always call him like that and people start misunderstanding us. Don't worry, I will warn Jungmin. Yeah, it's okay. He is a baby. Baby, seriously, he is grown up. He is 4 years now. Why you should correct him before it ends up in more problem in future. See how this small thing made you and Jungkook separate for a month. It's not only you who is suffering. He is also suffering. Go to him. He is waiting for you. Where he is? Wyan knocked the house door where she and Jungkook met for the first time. Soon the door opened and Jungkook was thrown aback because Wyan threw herself on him and both fall on the floor with Wyan on top of him. Jungkook recognized Wyan by her fragrance. Wyan, be quiet. Let's stay like this for some time. Jungkook also missed her. Also, he also hugged her and stayed like that. You remember everything now. Wyan nodded her head. I love you, Vine. Vine looked up at his face and her eyes were teary, but soon her eyes met those lips which and she placed her lips on him, while he stood up and walked to his room while carrying Vine like a cola. Jungkook placed Vine on bed and then attacked their forehead together, still their lips near, as if they are ready to collide any time. But Jungkook was waiting for Vine's response and he kept cherishing her cheeks. Wine closed eyes. I love you, Jungkook. That's it. That was he wanted to hear from his girl. So without wasting time, pulled Wine into another passionate, which ended up in something. Jungkook fell next to Wine and cherished her back as she was taking long breath. It's okay, love. Soon something hit Wine. Cook, I want to say something important. I know, baby. It's about our marriage, right? No, Jungkook wide eyes, you don't want to marry me, Wine sighed. Will you let me finish? Wine, you have to marry me. There is no choice for you after we both gave each other our I'm pregnant. Wine cut off Jungkook and Jungkook's whole body numb. Seriously, do you think I will joke? Thank you so much, Wine. I'm so happy. Today is the best day for me. Jungkook picked Wine's whole face. Wine smiled. For me too, Cook. I'm sorry for not opening the door in these days. It's okay. I understand your feelings at that time. Wine teary smile. Cook, let's sleep. I haven't slept well in this 1 month. Me too, love. Let's sleep. Both cuddled and closed their eyes. Wine was sleeping peacefully because she didn't slept well in this 1 month, and Jungkook was admiring her lovingly as he also missed her in this 1 month. But his phone rang and it was Kia. Jungkook called Nuna. Why she came back to me? I know, tell everything. Jungkook happy and Nuna, I'm going to be dad. I know, Bunny. That's why I called you to tell that come to house today evening with Ryan and about Ryan's parent. Appa said that he will talk to them in evening in everyone's presence. Okay, Nuna, I will be there with Ryan. Call Kurt. Jungkook turned around and took Ryan in his embrace and then cherished her invisible baby bump. Sleep well, Mrs. John. He peeked her lips and finally forehead before drifting into his dreamland. The end. Thanks for watching. Bye.